The headline reads, "A Messy Cover-Up." It's referring to the shooting of 14-year-old Radazz Hearns from Trenton. He was shot 7 times in the back and buttocks by officers, but he miraculously lived. Now, Shaun King is a prominent and outspoken Black Lives Matter activist. In a blog post that he wrote for the Daily Cause, is quoted as saying, "What followed Hearns' horrific shooting is a messy cover-up. It was an attempt to frame and criminalize a young man in order to protect the police from the consequences of their unlawful actions." King and also the ACLU New Jersey chapter and many others are calling out publicly for an independent investigation into this shooting. I spoke with Alexander Shalom today, who's an attorney and spokesman for the New Jersey American Civil Liberties Union, and he told me a little bit about why they're involved in this case.
If we're trying to build trust between police and communities, the way to increase accountability and therefore that trust is by being more transparent. This goes against everything we've learned. But the other thing is to have a truly independent prosecution, to not have the same law enforcement agency that's prosecuting this young man also be investigating the propriety of the shooting.
In studio, we actually have the reporter, Isaac Avilucea. Isaac, where do we stand now? What do we need to know about the investigation? What we know is the AG is actually handling prosecuting Radazz, right, but also looking into seeing if the shooting was a just shoot.
I've spoken to several legal observers, and they all say that's a complete conflict of interest to prosecute Radazz and to also conduct the investigation into the use of force.
Even if the cops overstepped, which I don't think they did, but that's just from what I read. I walked the scene. I was there. I didn't think the gun was that far from where he fell.
Were you on the scene?
But
were you on the scene? We don't know. The point is, we don't really know what happened. Right. 100%. And if you want to sit there and talk about this, all we have publicly is the AG's office's account and what the mother of the boy says.
He's saying he knows what happened. He's saying the police were acting in an unlawful way. I mean, this whole Black Lives Matter movement is they've drawn a conclusion. They've drawn a conclusion that the cops were wrong.
Because it's not just Black Lives Matter saying that we need an independent investigation. It's legal experts. It's criminology experts that I spoke to as a part of my own investigation into the shooting, and one in particular is Philip Stinson. He's a renowned expert on police shootings, and he said this case raises serious red flags. Their explanation has been a non-explanation, and I'm not going to go as far as Shaun King to say that this is a messy cover-up, but what I will say is the shooting response team is a rubber stamp committee for police-involved shootings.
That's a heavy accusation.
Kashard Ashford. If you look back at the history,
I mean, are you a reporter?
I am a reporter,
or an opinion maker.
I'm a reporter, but I have my own opinion, and I think that the shooting response team is a rubber stamp committee if you give the history of what they traditionally do. This is law enforcement investigating law enforcement.
When's the next hearing?
Oh, well, it's proceeding in juvenile court, so we don't publicly know when his next court appearance is.
Stay in touch, Isaac. We'll have you back.
Take care.
Thanks.